Welcome to the Natural Health Podcast, where we bring awareness to sustainable health in the business hustle space. Natural Health Podcast is perfect for the high-performing, business-minded individuals who want to work with their biochemistry to achieve optimal health. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for What Would I Do? In today's episode of Natural Health Podcast, we discuss this week's question. All questions are kept confidential. I read them and answer them as if it was me, hence why it's called What Would I Do? The information provided is not to be taken the information provided is not to be taken as advice and is solely for information purposes only. I am not here to cure, treat, or provide medical advice. I'm here to educate and inform you so you are able to take steps towards optimal health. Please discuss any medical issues with your healthcare professional. Let's get into today's question. As you know, on Wednesdays, I answer your questions. How exciting. You can chuck in any question towards me and I will answer it as if it was me. I mean, where else do you get the opportunity to be able to do that than right here? Today's question goes like this. Every time I sit down at my office desk to do work, I go blank. I can't focus and I get distracted easily. How can I focus more? This is an absolutely great question because I've been there and I'm pretty sure you've been there where you sit down at your office and you're like, I am going to do this, and you don't end up doing it. Why don't you end up doing it? Because you get distracted. You can't focus. There are so many things going on around the world today, right? You have your phone, you have your tablet, you have so many things, and especially now from working at home. So let's think about this. You sit down in your office, which is, let's say, the study that you're working from home. You get distracted. There's washing, there's dishes, there's the dog, there's your cat, there's your baby, there's your husband, wife, partner, your mum, dad, brother, sister. So many things happening. And then you're like, oh, I've got to do workout. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And then the work that you're supposed to be doing, you actually don't get it done. And that's what I believe is happening right here. And this is why you wrote in saying, hey, I need a bit of help. How can I focus more? Amazing, right? So we have so many things on our mind and so many distractions going on that it's absolutely normal for us to multitask. It's become the norm. It's absolutely normal to have like so many tabs open on your laptop, so many windows open on your mobile phone, so many books reading at once, so many people talking at once that we've kind of forgotten how to focus, right? So we need to focus more so we can have better outcomes. Let's see what questions you may ask yourself in regards to focus, right? So the first question that I ask myself is, do you have distractions in your room? You say you sit down at your work desk. Wherever the environment is that you sit down, how many distractions do you have? I wouldn't get a piece of paper and write down the distractions that you have, right? What distractions are around you? Where is your work desk located? Is it located in the office where there's so many people walking past? Is it located in a room at the home where there's so many people walking past? Where is it located and what is happening around there? What I mean also by where is it located, do you have enough air? Do you have enough light? Do you have enough warmth if it's cold? Do you have too many things happening? Is it always messy? Is it always clean, right? The other one is, do you have a door? Do you work in an open office or do you work in an office where you have a door, right? And I'll get to why I'm saying do you have a door. Do you take breaks? And what I mean by that is I hope you don't mean by focusing that you sit there for 5 hours and do work, because you can't do that. That's not something our body's designed to do. You need to take breaks, and I'm going to go into that later. If you stick through, I'm going to tell you how you can take strategic breaks to get the most out of your workday, right? The other question that I have is, do you have balanced meals? Are your meals balanced? Do you even eat? Do you fast? What do you do? Do you eat at your desk? Do you eat somewhere else? What is the food that you have, right? What is your sleep like? Are you sleeping really well? Are you sleeping on point, or is it disrupted? Do you have goals? So when you're actually saying you're sitting down and focusing, do you have goals? Are there any goals there that you need to be focusing on, right? Do you breathe and meditate? Like, do you do that in the morning, at night? How do you go about that, right? Do you have music or a TV in the background? Do you multitask? Do you have like so many tabs open on your desktop that you're like going from this to that, and so forth, right? Is it too hot or too cold in your workspace? Do you have control of the environmental heat or coolness in your workspace, in your room? Is it a shared office? Is it by yourself? Do you have a bit of control over that? Do you have a comfortable chair that you're sitting on? When was the last time you changed your chair? Is the chair suited for you, right? Is your desk set up ergonomically? And what I mean by that is it set up for you? Are you sitting at a right angle? Is the desk so forth? Like, there's so many things for it to be ergonomically safe for you, right? Is your desk has been set up for you? The other one is, do you have a stand-up desk, or are you always just sitting? Do you eat a lot of sugar, a lot of carbohydrates? Do you exercise? Do you drink a lot of alcohol? Are you nutrition deficient? And what's your hormone status? There's so many questions just to answer your question in regards to focus. But these questions I would answer first, so then I know where my downsides are and what I need to work on. So, Mihaela, what would I do, right? If I needed to focus more, what would I do? Number one is I would stop multitasking. You can't do it all in such a short period. You need to focus on one task ahead and one task only. Okay, they can't focus on 1,000 tasks at once and think that you're going to be productive, because that is not going to happen, right? You need to stop multitasking and stop thinking that you're multitasking king or queen, because you're not, because you can't do that. If you need to focus and complete your projects on time and at the quality it needs to be done, you need to do one project at a time, right? I will do some breathing exercises to get my body in a parasympathetic mode where my focus is on point, right? So, and go and focus, right? I would have some binaural beats or classical music in the background, because it's actually been proven to assist with, your focus, your brain function, because it just gets you in a mood, in that flow state, right? I would set goals for the day, week, and month. Like I said, if you don't have goals, you can't be focused, right? So you're like, I want to achieve this and this and this, and then you go for it, right? I would literally tell everyone I'm busy. I'm busy. Literally tell everyone you're busy and you don't have time for them. It's time for you to be selfish, and it's time for you to focus on what you need to complete for your business and for your personal life, or whatever it is that you're doing, right? I'll close all the applications and programs on my computer that are not necessary and I don't need to complete the task at hand. I would turn off all notifications on my phone. I would even go as far as putting my phone on flight mode and maybe just allowing some phone calls to come through in the case of an emergency. Or you could even go as far as putting your phone in the backyard, in the back room, in the shed, in the car, away so you don't need it, right? What I would do is then I would set timer for 20 to 40 minutes to do work, and then take 5 to 10 minutes off every 3 to 4 hours. So I would set a timer to do a work block of 20 to 40 minutes, depending, right? So let's say work block, content writing, half an hour. After that half an hour, I take 5 minutes to myself. If that 5 minutes is checking my phone, social media, if that 5 minutes is calling someone, if that 5 minutes is reading a book, if that 5 minutes is running outside, going for a 1 block walk, right? Whatever that is for you, right? And then every 3 to 4 hours, I'll take half an hour break. And this would include a meal break usually, right? Every 3 to 4 hours, it's called a meal break, where I actually go sit down somewhere else, not on my work desk, and eat my delicious, nutrition, well-balanced food, right? Set up my desk ergonomically so everything is on point the way it's supposed to be, so I don't have any pain, so I'm not uncomfortable, right? I'll set up the right temperature and light in the room, because there's a university that conducted a study at office administration workers where their productivity positively correlated with the increased office temperature. So at 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is 25 degrees, the workers were typing at 90% accuracy. However, at the drop of 68 Fahrenheit degrees, the typing rate nosedived along with the increased error of 25%, right? Crazy. So your temperature needs to be right for you if you can take control of it. You can also have this feature where you lock your social media. It's called Focus Me. It's an app you download and you lock your social media that you don't Don't scroll through it, don't touch it, and yeah, you don't do any of that so you can actually focus. Put your phone somewhere inconvenient, like I mentioned earlier. So ensure that your food is on point, balanced. Avoid the high and then the crash. You don't want the high and the crash. You want the constant, so you're able to focus, right? Have some brain foods such as fatty fish, green veggies, walnuts, berries, pumpkin seeds, so forth. I would even use a calendar where I would put in breaks in my calendar and work blocks in my calendar and breaks in the calendar, right? Reduce my sugar intake, reduce my my refined carbohydrate intake. I need to reboot my circadian rhythm so it's on point. Ensure that I'm sleeping so amazingly, because if I'm not sleeping, I am unable to focus. There you have it, right? I went through just what I would do without even taking any supplements, how to increase my focus, right? There you have it. I hope this sheds some light to your question and anyone listening who may have a similar question. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at mihaela.raguz on Instagram, and I'll be in touch with you and hopefully be able to answer your questions via the podcast. Remember, you're not alone in this journey to optimal health. I'm here to assist you and make your journey a pleasant one. Until next Wednesday, love you.